Everybody knows to scout the young footballers looking to make their debut in the NFL for potential stars. Of course, all of them are talented, but it's rare for someone to stand out. Alontae Taylor, it seems, didn't get the memo because he's already got the whole football world watching him. In this video, we'll be looking at Alontae Taylor getting the better of Davante Adams in an impressive show of skills, so stay tuned. First off, Alontae Taylor knows how to stand out. New football players enter the scene every day, and of course, all of them are talented. They wouldn't have made it to becoming a professional footballer if they weren't. But one thing is for sure, it isn't exactly easy actually standing out. But Alontae Taylor, it seems, knows how to be the exception. Everything you have, the others probably do as well. It's rare and extremely hard to stand out, especially as a rookie, but once you do, your career is sure to be a hit. But most of all, when new and young talents enter a team, they have to prove themselves, not only to the organization that selected them to show that they didn't make the wrong choice, but also to the teammates that they'll play along with as they're in the team and to whom they have to prove that they are capable and worthy of fighting alongside them, but also to the fans. Falling out of favor with the fans of a team or never being liked by them is a surefire way to make your career much more difficult and maybe even shorter than it's meant to be. This is why younger athletes struggle so much during their debut years. They need a footing and a way to prove themselves. All they need is a few headlines talking about how great they were or that they were going to be a great addition to American football rookies and are set for a good part of their career. And you'll need a lot to uproot them. Next up, Taylor lined up against the Las Vegas Raiders' best players. Taylor, it seems, is set out to make sure that this is the case for him, and well, he probably already has. With how many times he's impressed fans by now, it might as well become a weekly report. But here we are yet again talking about the New Orleans Saints rookie cornerback. Taylor opened in action against soon-to-be Hall of Famer DeAndre Hopkins. Then he again managed to line up against Las Vegas Raiders' Davante Adams, who's known to be a superstar among his fans and team members. Now, anyone would hesitate when lining up against these people, let alone a rookie. But there's a reason Taylor is already becoming a fan favorite. People anticipated that he definitely wasn't the type to back down and let things go without a fight. And well, they were right. The boy is not the one to take things lying down, and he showed his talent perfectly against a lineup of some of the better players in American football. Now, if Taylor's previous achievements didn't earn him enough attention already, the young footballer is in for a hell of a ride. The rookie cornerback played about 44 coverage snaps against the Las Vegas Raiders, according to Pro Football Focus. In those snaps, he was targeted 10 times. Getting targeted 10 times by extremely good football players is unnerving on a normal day, let alone when you're a rookie. He hasn't even had his first start yet. Now for how Taylor did during the match. But yet again, Taylor showed us that he wasn't here to play. Despite being targeted so many times, he only surrendered 4 catches as the nearest defender. The PFF listed that he had allowed just 34 yards. He also forced 3 incompletions, which included a pass breakup. Taylor also ended up with a 49.6 passer rating. Not to mention, he had some incredible opportunities. One was early against the Raiders tight end Foster Moreau, crossing the field, and another one when the final drive of the game arrived. If he starts getting more of these, then it's possible that Taylor could become a household name like some of the more famous footballers. He definitely has the potential, as he has shown time and time again. If he continues playing like he is right now, he may sometime in the future join the legends of football. That is, of course, if he doesn't face any other major obstacle on the way. A major obstacle, of course, being a scandal. These are unfortunately quite common in the athletic world, but on the bright side, these are 99.9% of the time the athlete's own fault. So no one's sorry to see them go or sad over how their career ended. But then again, most careers don't end. Lastly, how he got the better of the Raider star Davante Adams. Still, a scandal isn't something you quite ever recover from. The other thing that could stop the rise of the potential star is a major injury. A minor injury, for instance, would cause a setback, but most athletes recover, go to rehab, and jump right back up, determined to make up for the lost time. Taylor, of course, would be like those athletes, or even better. But even with his determination, a major injury is usually career-ending, especially if it's one of those you never quite recover from. And injuries, unfortunately, are even more common than scandals in the sports world, especially American football, which is quite violent when it needs to be. But right now, things are going well for the young cornerback. People are already talking about whether the second-year cornerback, Paulson Adebo, should even line up next to Marshawn Lattimore. Surely the now rookie but soon to be an incredible and famous player will seem better next to the star. After carefully reviewing the match on Sunday, it became obvious that Taylor had spent 45.5% of his average snapping Adams, the Las Vegas Raiders star. He was targeted on 3 of the snaps but refused to allow a reception and even logged a pass breakup, but a drop on one of those incompletions was credited to Adams. It's been 3 extremely impressive games and Taylor has already turned a lot of heads. Now all that remains to see is what the future holds for him. Now moving on to Davante Adams being criminally charged for pushing a photographer. First up, Davante Adams may get suspended for pushing a photographer. Davante Adams is famous for being one of the best players in the Las Vegas Raiders and is also generally well liked, so it was quite a shock to hear that he may face discipline. Apparently, the footballer pushed a credentialed photographer while making his way to the visitors' tunnel after his team lost to the Chiefs on Monday. The photographer fell to the ground, and it seems like due to this, the 29-year-old may be fined or even suspended or both. But there's good news for those who are dreading to see him off the field. Sources indicate that the footballer will continue to stay on the field for some time now and potentially complete the whole season with his team. This is a bit unfortunate for Adams, though, because this means that his legal situation will take some time to resolve and he'll have to deal with the consequences of it. Not to mention the football fans who would surely find the time to take sides and start a tug-of-war on whether the photographer deserved it or it was Adams who was in the wrong. Moving on, he has been criminally charged for the offense. Usually, the league takes care of problems like these much faster. They deliver suspensions and fines and make sure to clear the player's status as fast as they can so he can play his next game without a problem. But it won't be the case this time around. Why? Because of some unfortunate circumstances, at least for him, he was charged with a city ordinance violation of assault. This information was revealed by a municipal court public information officer for Kansas City. Now that Adam is criminally charged, his case will be considered a personal conduct policy violation and will warrant a league investigation. Apparently, what Adams did, as stated by the citation, was intentional, an overt act, and he ended up inflicting a bodily injury and causing an unlawful offensive contact on the photographer, which ended with a headache and possibly a concussion in the photographer's case. Last but not least, Adams explains what happened and apologizes. November 10th, Thursday, has been set as the court date, which will take place at 1:30 p.m. Central Time. Adams, of course, apologized to the photographer both while speaking to reporters at the end of the game and then again on Twitter. He said he wanted to apologize to the photographer and explain what exactly happened. According to the footballer's explanation, the man had been running off the field and had managed to jump right in front of him. The 29-year-old, who had also been coming off said field, bumped into him and ended up pushing him. The footballer said that he had wanted to apologize as the action had been a combination of them crossing paths and bumping into each other, as well as Adams's frustration mixed into it. People are still waiting for news on this. Meanwhile, the Raiders head coach Josh McDaniels is adamant about supporting Adams. Well, that's a wrap for this video. What do you think about Alontae Taylor? Let us know in the comments below and make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. We'll see you in the next one.